Hey guys, thanks for tuning back into my channel, Freedom Chaser. My name is Sam. I hope everybody's having a great day. Tonight I wanted to make a video about keeping warm in your RV. I know that a lot of RVs, they come with furnaces and they use propane. I have 2 propane tanks out underneath my trailer, but I didn't want to utilize the furnace because actually when you do use the gas furnace, it eats up your propane really fast, and I like to save that to wash dishes with warm water and to take warm showers. I've heard people who tell me they use their furnaces and they only have 1 propane tank, and it eats the gas so fast, so you know, I don't want to have to keep going back and forth to fill it up. I'd rather stay warm other ways. And tonight in this short video, I'm going to show you some of the ways that I stay warm without using my furnace and my propane. So, I actually have, in my RV, I have 3 space heaters, okay? And they're either a convection space heater or radiant heaters. And radiant heaters are also known as infrared. The difference between the two is that convection heaters, they heat up the air around the room. Like they blow air out with a fan and they just kind of circulate the air, the warm air around the room. And with a radiant heater or infrared heater, what it does is it heats up the objects or the people that are in the room. So the heat is distributed differently. So depending on what kind of warmth you're looking for, might depend on which kind of heater you decide to go with. But I just so happen to acquire 3 space heaters, and one of them is infrared heat, radiant heat, and the other 2 are convection heaters. So I'm just going to show you these 3 and tell you just a little bit about them. Alright, my first space heater that I have is this little ceramic tower. It is called, the brand is called Pelonis, P-E-L-O-N-I-S, and I could show you guys up a little bit closer. See, Pelonis, and it has got a minimum and a max setting, and it also has heat setting. It's off, low, high, low oscillating, and high oscillating. Actually, this little guy here oscillates, which means it just kind of turns slowly back and forth, so we can kind of heat up the surrounding areas a whole lot easier. This also claims that it heats up to 200 square feet, but I had it sitting on my counter in my bedroom, and to be honest, I don't think that it heats up 200 square feet. I couldn't lay down in my bed with this on the counter. I couldn't feel the heat coming from this. So basically, it took my room a really long time to heat it up with just this. And it could be because, you know, I don't have good insulation on my windows, or it was really cold. I think it was like 40 degrees when I tried to fire this up and heat my room up, and it didn't work that good. This one is 1500 watts. Just keep in mind your electrical systems in your RV. You know, if I know that I had 1 space heater plugged in going, and then I went in the room and tested out another space heater, and it actually blew the breaker. So I forgot, you know, I can't have too much power running into one electric thing in the RV. So keep that in mind when you're running space heaters. I know they pull a lot of power. So yeah, like I said, this one here is 1500 watts, and you know, you can turn it to low and the high. The low and the high is the fans. Turn it on low and the fan will blow low, and turn it high and it'll blow really high. And then also what this tower has a really cool feature. If it's turned on and it's going, and somebody accidentally like bumps it and it tips over, and as soon as it starts tipping, it turns off automatically. So that's a good safety feature if, you know, maybe you have animals or something and you accidentally forget to turn it off, and then maybe your cat bumps it. Well, it's gonna turn off as soon as it tips over. Another thing that I do like about this is it does have a flat surface, so you can put it, you know, you can put it on the floor, or you can put it up on a cabinet or your dresser in your bedroom and not worry about it rolling off or anything. And this one I got at, I think I got this at a hardware store called Lowe's. It was about 35 bucks. I very first bought this when I decided not to use my furnace, so I just hurried out and bought something. This isn't a good, I wouldn't recommend this to heat up like your living area in your RV. I don't think it's good for that. Like I said, it only claims up to heat up to 200 square feet. This here is a heater that somebody gave me, and as you can see, it looks nothing like that last one that I showed you. This is actually, the brand is called DeLonghi. I think I'm saying that right. D-E-L-O-N-G-H-I. Let me scoot it up here closer so you can see it, DeLonghi. And this one is actually digital. See, it's got a screen here, and you can actually, there's on and off, and you can set the temperature right down here just by clicking it. You can actually set the time, a clock setting, and you can set a timer on this one. So that's pretty neat. This one is also 1500 watts, and this is actually the one I had plugged in with the other one that blew my breaker. So you gotta be careful with that. And this is an oil-filled convection heater. This is just gonna, like, you know, radiate heat and warm up the areas around it, and not necessarily heat up objects like a infrared heater can. This one is kind of cool because it does have wheels. Let's see if I can pick it up. See the wheels on the bottom? Oh, it's kind of heavy. This one does not have that tip over option to automatically shut off, but that's okay. Just, this one gets really, really hot because there's these little spaces in between it, and I mean, you can't touch this. This isn't that ceramic one that I just showed you. That one's cool to the touch, and all the heating elements are inside of the case, so you can pick it up and touch it. It's not hot. But once this bad boy gets hot, you touch it, you can't touch it. So you have to be very careful if you have little kids or you know, animals or birds or whatever. You got to keep them away because this one's really hot to touch. Another good thing about this one is it's quiet, it's silent. You can't hear it at all. The little tower one that I showed you, it's not noisy, but it's not silent. Like, there's a little, like, it sounds like you're using a fan on a low setting or maybe a medium setting. That's about as loud as that one gets. But this one is completely silent. And this one also claims to heat up 200 square feet. This one, I would believe 200 square feet because I put it in my living area, and it took a while, but it did heat the whole area up. So I could actually walk outside and come back inside, and it would feel toasty when it was 40 degrees outside. Even though this one was given to me, I did check online at the website, and I did see that these go for about $90. So if you are in the market, and I don't know if you like this style, it just seems kind of dated, but if you want a good heater, I would get this one for just heating up like really small spaces, like just the living area. This is my last space heater that I have to show you guys. This is called a Dr. Infrared heater. This one is wood. It's wooden. So, I mean, it literally kind of looks like a piece of furniture. I kind of like that about it. It looks really cool. Let me see if I can get the thing up there. if you can see the settings on the front, you're going to have a power button, standby, change the temperatures up and down, and auto high and low mode. This one's really cool. I like this one because you can set it up, like say you can set it up to 72 degrees, and then once it heats up the area to 72, it shuts off. So that's good on saving, you know, electricity and, you know, not heating yourself up to death. So this is one of the this is the radiant heater I have. And what it does, like I was saying, is it heats up objects and people that it's in front of. Like if I put this on my countertop at night and it's facing my bed, it'll warm up my bed, it'll warm me up. That's why I like this one the best, because of its abilities to do that, and because it shuts off when it gets to the degrees whatever you set it on. Alright, this too is 1500 watts, and it states on its website that it can heat up 1,000 square feet. I wouldn't go that far, but I guess I haven't really tried it in 1,000 square feet, so I've only tried it in, you know, my RV that's long and it's not very spread out. But I have turned it on in my living area and it heated everything up just fine. Probably a little quicker than the last heater that I showed you. Maybe because that one's a lot older than this one. This is really new. I just got this one. This one is a little heavier. It's about 25 pounds. And it goes for about $115. So all the reviews online for this one were really, really good. And that's kind of what drove me to get it. Because those other heaters just weren't doing it for me in my bedroom when I was sleeping. This one also isn't hot. You can pick it up and none of the outside is hot. All the heating elements are inside. So it's really cool to the touch whenever you need to move it. And it has wheels too. Anyway, so this is probably the safest one if you're going to have children or animals around to have in your RV. Alright guys, I got one more way that I keep warm in my RV. I use an electric blanket. This blanket is called, the brand is called Well Rest, and it's a Micro-Fleece, and some people call them warming blankets, but I call it an electric blanket. Maybe I'm old school. It's a queen size. They sell them in, I think, twin size, queen size, and king size. And since this is a queen size mattress, I opted for the queen. And it actually has two like controllers. You can control the temperature, and one is for one side and one is for the other. If you and your partner are sleeping and one of them, you know, wants it colder or hotter, they can adjust accordingly. It's really cool because at the end of the bed is right here where you plug it in. Just pulls out, and then you just plug it in like so, and this hangs off down at the bottom of the bed for safety reasons. This is what the controllers look like, and right here you're gonna have your heat, make it higher, make it lower, and then it also has a timer on it too, which is really awesome. You can time it. You can go up to anywhere from 30 minutes to 12 hours. Okay, that's a long time in bed, but you can set it and forget it. Alright guys, that concludes my short video about how I stay warm in my RV. And if you guys have different ways of staying warm or different types of space heaters that you guys use, I'd love to hear about them. I know these are just 3 random ones that I have, and then my electric blanket. But yeah, if there's any other tips you guys have for staying warm, please comment below, and go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.